So, if you've been watching our videos over the years, this place might look a little bit familiar.
So, welcome back. As we left you in the last video with waiting to get recovered, we did get recovered. It was 3:30 in the morning before we made it to just round the corner from Basevan, and then Rupert actually sent his dad to come round and get us. So we're now at the workshop waiting. It's a lovely rainy day, but since we're here, we might have a wee look around while we wait for the van to get looked at in the workshop and just see what's about.
And because we were in Basevan, we decided to have a little bit of a look around. Basevan specialise in ambulances and there's a lot to choose from. So it's easy to see while you're here at Basevan why so many of these vans have potential. Right now we're in a long wheelbase van and we're going to discuss a little bit more about it.
So while we're here, we're actually looking at potentially maybe bigger vans than what we have, just for a wee bit of extra comfort. So this one we're looking at now is a extra long wheelbase Sprinter with the twin wheel axle, and it's almost 8 metres in length. So we're just looking like the size of bed that we want. It would come to about here, and that's not even, that's just about at the wheel well. And then you've got the whole rest of the van to play with, like, so it's significantly bigger space in this one, so it would be.
We can say from our own experience that they're very equipped to deal with all your needs here at Basevan as well, and they will actually go as far to find the right fan for you to fit your needs. They're very comprehensive with the list of things if you're looking for with their clients. They were talking to us earlier about bed space, shower space, giving us fan layout ideas, so they always have the knowledge there at hand for if you're just a beginner wanting to convert one of these vans as well.
On this particular day, we weren't the only people here, and so we got to meet another Basevan customer.
Hi there, folks on YouTube. I'm DJ Andy Nice. So the intention for having the vehicle is in between my gigs, and I'm going to go away for about a month at a time, going round Britain, going to try the NC 500 and the Southwest 250, maybe take a trip over to Ireland. Maybe bump into these guys again. But long-term goal, I'm thinking of going over to Portugal. So I got the van back in October to just visit places that I maybe not have been for 40 odd years. So if you're thinking about starting van life, just don't think about it, just get out and do it. Let's get it fitted out and let's just go and see the world. Doing things like that makes you stronger to get on with the rest of your life, because you meet so many random people and get a good laugh on the road, and I hope you come up with a nice vehicle that you enjoy and have great fun in wherever you may decide to go.
Hi, we hope you're enjoying the video so far, but did you know that 81% of our viewers don't subscribe? So if you don't want to miss out on any of our journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button and come follow us.
And with our day at Basevan done, we decided to get back on the road to our next park up.
So we've just left Basevan and we're at our park up for the night. We were able to do a wee bit of filming in Basevan, but just not as much as we'd liked, mainly because of the weather. But the most important thing is we got the van sorted. So it looks to be an electrical issue with the van. The guy Robbie was quite helpful. We drove the van around and stuff, and it didn't give any more issues, so I think we might put a new battery in it, just because the battery that's in the van is the one from we got the van, and it probably is the one that came with the van, so we just want to replace that, make sure it's all good, and then touch wood, yeah, everything looks good. So I want to say a massive thank you to Rupert and the Basevan team, because you really helped us. Whenever we rang you, you answered right away. We described our situation and he says, yeah, just bring the van over and we'll get a look at it. Due to unforeseen circumstances, as you've seen, we ended up, like, the recovery process wasn't great because we got stuck in traffic for 6 hours. So we got delayed in the recovery, which meant we didn't get the Basevan that night. We got the lay-by nearby, but Rupert was able to get us from there. So it was very good of you guys to do that for us and fit us in at pretty much no notice. So thank you very much, guys, for doing that, and we look forward to seeing you again in the future.
So we have made it to the park up for the night, and it's in a place called Hoarcross. A little bit of a rude name, but apparently Hoarcross was the best kept village in 2015. We're also in a place called Jackson's Bank, and it's in the National Forest. So we're going to have a little bit of a look around our surroundings. So over to my left here we have a little picnic area with a forest walk. Going to these sort of foresty walking areas really makes me wish that we had Rosie with us, because I know she would just love this. It seems to be a really nice area. It was actually rated 4.5 stars on Park for Night, and people really seem to love this place. At the minute we're the only people here, so it's quite quiet and deserted, and it actually is quite level. It is a little bumpy in bits, but we've managed to put the fan over here to our left, or to my left, and we've got a nice sort of level bit of ground. And one other good thing about this location that we're finding in a lot of these English park-ups, there are bins. In a lot of park-ups in Ireland there aren't any bins, so whenever you have your waste disposal it can be hard to get rid of it. You're sometimes driving around an hour before you find the next bin to dump all of your rubbish, and most of the places we've been here have actually had access to the bins, so it's nice to see that they're keeping the environments clean and leave no trace. So now that I've shown you a brief little tour of the area, I think it's time that we go back and make a bit of dinner in the van. Nothing too fancy tonight, probably just some goujons and chips. So you might have heard me say outside that tonight we were going to do some chicken and chips, but actually I have the stuff to make a fry and it's up tomorrow, so I'm going to use it before the dates run out. So we're going to pop our sausages right into the air fryer, and then we'll do the same with our bacon after. We use one side at a time at this because it roughly uses 1200 each side, and we like to run it at full powers to save a little bit of our bar. So we're going to go ahead and get the sausages on first, do the bacon, and then throw a couple of pancakes in.
So looking at all those fans and driving to the next park up had us really hungry, so a fry really was the best thing to set us up for the rest of the night, and it went down an absolute treat. We have to say that we really enjoyed it that evening.
And that is tonight's dinner done, a nice air fried fry. So what do you think of them sausages? So they're the naked low fat version.
They're really nice, really tasty, so they are.
Yeah, I thought mine were nice too, actually.
To be honest with you, they're tastier than some normal fat sausages I've had, if that makes sense.
No, you had plenty of experiences with those.
Okay.
So it has just been one of those crazy sort of sequences of events where you think you're setting out to do a trip, you build up all these expectations in your head, and then none of it goes the way it's meant to. But thankfully I think we're on the right track now. We'll go tomorrow morning, we'll get that battery at Halfords, and we'll get on the road to the NEC and to meet Brennan Explorers. So we've woke up at the park up early this morning and we're going to make a route to Birmingham. Stephen's just sorting our tickets because we're on the way to the NEC. So how did you find the spot last night?
I thought it was a brilliant spot, so it was. It was completely peaceful. Didn't hear really anybody, apart from this morning with the dog owners. But it was really peaceful. Did hear owls in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that was quite cool. I didn't expect to hear that.
Yeah, it was like quite a lot too, so it was.
I have to say one thing about England. Whenever we came here, we were not dubious, but we were nervous to see could we get the spots that what you would get the likes of in Ireland. Because you hear all these stories about being around England, how hard it is sometimes to park up, and so far it's been excellent. They haven't really run into any issues finding any park ups. I don't know if it's maybe well, I don't know if it's maybe the time of year because we're here just after half term. So half term has ended and schools are still going. It's February. It's also still winter, pretty much. And yeah, I don't know if not as many people are out in their campervans, but we've certainly had no issues so far getting any spots.
No, yeah, probably because it's quiet.
Are you looking forward to going to the NEC?
Yeah, it's something I've been wanting to do for a few years now, and it'll be interesting to see what's about, see all the fancy motorhomes.
Yeah. I think I'm most interested to look at some of the layouts as well.
Now layouts on plans and such.
Yeah, because if we ever do a new van, it'll give us like ideas and stuff. You know, we've always been toying with the idea we might do a new camper down the line, maybe something bigger. We looked about a few vans yesterday in Basevan. We were thinking, if we did do something bigger, what could we do with it? And seeing some of the layouts today, perhaps maybe a future fan build, if it is in store, this could give us a couple of ideas spark some inspiration. Or maybe we'll see some of the motorhomes and think, well, frig that, we're going to go for a motorhome instead. Another thing I'm really excited to do is to actually go and see Brendan Explorers again and to meet with other fan lifers. It's always something that we thought of doing, sort of hearing other fan lifers' stories, seeing how they sort of get on with their fan, looking at all the different builds, all the different types of fans that there are that can be converted, and it's really, really interesting to us. So seeing him tonight and seeing, first of all, having a catch up with a good friend, and also getting to see how his fan progressed, because the last time we seen his fan it was a literal shell, it was a literal base fan. All it had in it was completely empty, had the floor in, and we've been watching him build it throughout the weeks with his videos, or throughout the months really, and watching his videos as he's progressed. So now to actually go and see it in person and get to hang out with him for a bit is going to be really, really nice as well. Can't wait. Okay, so we've made it inside the NEC. And we actually really like the layout of this one.
So these are the water tanks I was thinking of getting for our van.
We hope you enjoyed this week's video, and remember to subscribe to follow us on the journey.